be on already because I see live.
Oh,
I didn't see a countdown, but I
mine
do see
had
the
a
word live.
mine had a countdown while you had live. Hey everybody. Uh,
Hey,
welcome to I think YouTube. I'm using a little bit of a different interface than last time. I'm using the old interface because I just got
are
done with
you?
Paul Ollinger using the old interface and I forgot to toggle it over. So Bobby and I are sitting here. Um, Bobby, you look pretty low. Like you're
Are you making fun of the fact that I'm short again?
I am not. All I'm
You are. I think you
I
are.
I I am not because I always
Well,
forget.
now I'm sitting up straight, just like my mom taught me. There you
I
go.
always I always forget how short you are until we're together. And then we're
Yes.
together and I'm like, "Oh my goodness, is
Let's
she
sit
short?"
down. Let's sit on chairs.
All right. So we're gonna do two episodes today, guys, back to back. So leave comments below. And I think Bobby, we'll just go ahead and put them together. I know before we've hung up when we're on YouTube
Mhm.
and done another one, but you want to just do them together?
Whatever works for you.
I think no, let's go ahead and change. We'll go ahead and change.
Let's decide at the end of one.
We'll come back. We will come back. We'll have two separate ones. All right. So this episode, we're going to be talking about you might not have as much in your 401k as you think.
Yes. And other miscellaneous fun facts from the Secure Act.
Yeah. All right. We ready to do a podcast?
Yes, we are.
We are recording. This is for Saturday, the 8th, February 8th.
Uh-oh, you may not have as much in your retirement account as you thought, and you're about to get the data to prove it, plus the results of our latest Money Friends poll, and so much more on this edition of Money with Friends. Welcome to the Money with Friends podcast. I am certified financial planner Bobby Rebel, host of the Financial Grown Up podcast, coming to you from my very grown up kitchen in New York City.
And coming to you from a mom's half finished basement outside of Detroit, Michigan, where we make the Stacky Benjamin show, I'm Joe Saul-Sehy.
This is the Money News Show that includes commentary on recent headlines and stories with thought leaders from across the financial landscape. We break those stories down into what matters to you, our friends, and we leave you with a takeaway to make it your own.
Today's show is brought to you by Tiller Money, your financial life in a spreadsheet, automatically updated each day. Only Tiller Money automatically updates Google Sheets or Excel. You choose with your daily spending, transactions, and account balances. You can try Tiller for free if you just go to the front door, tillerhq.com. But if you decide you like it and you want 20% off, tillerhq.com/MWF for Money with Friends. tillerhq.com/MWF. And what's funny, Bobby, is of course, Paul and I have been here the last couple of days. Paul Ollinger, the comedian and host of the Crazy Money podcast. And when I first sent him stuff about MWF, he's like, "What's MWF?" I'm like,
Oh
"Money
my
with
goodness.
Friends." And he went, "Oh, I thought it was Monday, Wednesday, Friday," which it also is.
Yeah, I
But
know.
yeah,
We thought about getting that URL actually online. I think it's probably
MWF.com.
taken. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm.
That'd be good. But don't take it. Don't take it,
Don't take
people.
it. No.
Yes.
Our URL is Money with Friends podcast, just so you know.
Slightly longer. Hey, we've got a short discussion today, though, but an awfully good one about some of the changes that have happened around 401k. So let's see which one of our friends is going to help us kick off today's show.
And Joe, this is a headline that I chose, although I actually don't have where I got it from. Oh my goodness.
Market
Um,
Watch.
Market Watch. Who's the writer, Joe?
Alessandra Melito. We read a lot
Oh, I
of
like her.
yeah,
Yes, she's a good writer.
she is.
And this is a very good piece. And it actually has some revelations that I think our audience is going to like for the most part. I like it. I think it's some good stuff here and some changes that I think will help us all plan better and be a little more realistic. So the headline is you may not have as much in your 401k for retirement as you think. This one number will help you more accurately plan for retirement thanks to the Secure Act. A $100,000 or even $200,000 balance in a 401k plan might seem like a lofty amount of money, and it is, but it may not mean as much in your retirement as you think. As part of the new Secure Act, plan sponsors will have to show Americans how their account balances translate into monthly income. The new retirement law, which was passed in December, aims to provide investors with a clearer picture about whether or not they are on track to retire. Quote, and this is a quote from Noel Apkheimer, the co-chairperson of the American Academy of Actuaries Lifetime Income Risk Joint Committee. Okay, that's a title for real. His quote is, "It helps people better understand how much money they have in their 401ks. A balance of $100,000 for a married couple could be somewhere around $6,000 a year," he said, or $500 a month. The final monthly figure depends on a few factors, including how far off retirement is and assumed rates of return on those investments.
Seeing savings as monthly income allows investors to plan their futures better. Most Americans must draw on numerous sources of income in retirement, such as their own savings, pensions, and Social Security. But just a lump sum of money, as retirement savers may often see when looking at 401k statements, gives them a false sense of security, said Tim Walsh, Senior Managing Director of Investing Products for TIAA. The benefit of including an estimated monthly income is it reframes how people think about that, Walsh said. They think about what their monthly income will be in retirement. And if it's not going to be enough, then they can make changes to get to that monthly income. Under the Secure Act, plan sponsors will need to deliver that monthly figure in their annual statements to investors. But the law did not specify how. Regulators have yet to clarify the guidelines for how plan sponsors will calculate that monthly number. But the goal is to give investors a reference as to where they currently stand and where they would stand in retirement, said Abkemeyer. So, Bobby, there's more to come. But
Mhm.
right now, the way the law stands, very soon in your 401k statement, you're going to start seeing if this is a monthly income stream you're looking for, this is how it would work.
I think this is brilliant. I think it's going to be equivalent. I don't know if they have this in every state, but in New York State, we have something where restaurants that are of a certain size have to put the calories up on foods that they sell. So, for example, I used to love this it's like a lemon frosted bread kind of cake that they have at Starbucks. And when I discovered that it's like 500 calories, you know what happened? I switched, and now when I want a treat, I'll go for there's like a vanilla bean scone that's 120 calories. So you went from 500 to 120 just by having the information. No, this is true. Joe
Yeah.
is laughing for people that obviously can't see this. But it's true because the information suddenly changes your behavior. So if you have an account that you see is, in the hundreds of thousands and it seems like a lot of money, but then you see that monthly it's only going to be a much smaller number and you think about what you actually spend per month or what you aspire to spend in retirement, that's going to be a great motivator to accelerate your savings, to do more, or to maybe manage your expectations about your retirement.
Yeah, at the very least, I'm with you. I think it makes people much more aware of what a realistic number this is. Studies show that a lot of people think having $1 million in a 401k is a lot of money. And yet, if you use the 4% rule, you're looking at a $40,000 a year income, which by the way is a nice amount of money, but that's not limos and what people think of. A lot of people, I think, when they think that I've got $1 million sitting somewhere, I've got seven figures. There's a part of this that I like, and there's a part of this I want to caution people on. The part that I like is what you said, Bobby, which is that we've got this monthly income. The reason that exists is because of the fact that when you get to retirement now, providers and companies are allowed to offer you an annuity inside of your retirement fund. So, in other words, let's say it's $500 a month you're going to get. I'm just pulling a number out of thin air. Uh, if you're going to get $500 a month, the company will say, "Would you like this as a lump sum, or would you just like it as $500 a month?" And then you'll probably get a list of annuity provisions of different ways that you can take it as a lump sum and make that work for you. In theory, I think this is a good thing, but we've already seen many annuity companies haven't done the right thing. They've stuffed the annuities full of fees and made them pretty ugly. But other annuity companies have done some really good stuff. But sadly, I think over the past decade, we've seen, well, even longer than the last decade, we've seen over time, let's put it that way, and more annuity companies have done things that are just loading those products with fees than making them what we really want, which is this nice income stream.
Yeah, that is so we're talking about something that is a change in the Secure Act, which was recently enacted. I don't know if enacted is the right word, but
Yeah.
I agree with what you're saying. What I see happening, and I guess this is a glass half full thing, is that because this is drawing new attention to annuities, that maybe this is a market opportunity for somebody who will charge reasonable fees. I'm definitely pro people earning a living. I think anything free is suspicious. If it's truly, if they're saying it's free, there's usually something going on, which is often why these annuities are sold, because there's hidden fees that they're not fully disclosed in a way that people really get. So I see this as an opportunity because I do think there's a lot of value for so many people to have annuities. I have relatives that have annuities, and it's a wonderful thing because if you live a very long life and you have the right kind of annuity, it's a wonderful safety net to have an income stream indefinitely. So annuities can have a lot of value, but they are so it's just the people selling them are just taking advantage because there's so many hidden fees that is it's not the product itself, it's the way that they're sold. And I see this as a incentive
It's
because it's a great market opportunity if you can sell them at a reasonable take off these ridiculous commissions.
I
And you
totally
can't complain
agree.
about
I think that it shines a spotlight on something that if we're going to solve the longevity crisis, Bobby, if we're going to solve that, we have to use products that will that have experts that let the average person know they're not going to run out of money. You know what I
it.
mean?
Yeah,
And so having when we talk about what an annuity is, if I told you that you could get a monthly check for the rest of your life that you can't outlive, most people would go, yes, I want that. Then you say the word annuity and people go, yeah, no, thank you. Just because
right.
they know the reputation that annuities have had. And yet that is the product
Yeah.
that does that thing. So I'm with you. I'm thinking this is a huge opportunity for the annuity industry to clean itself up. And we've already seen some of that stuff. I think I've said here before that I went to a conference with MIT professors and most of the large companies that sell annuities, where they were getting together and beginning to talk about and they
Mhm.
had some brutal conversations about how bad their industry is. So they all know what their
Mhm.
reputation is, and the good news is they're working on it with longevity experts. That doesn't mean everything's fixed, but it is a step in the right direction to see industry insiders saying, Bobby, the same thing you're saying, that
Yeah,
there's
and
an opportunity.
yeah, and I think Gen Xers like ourselves would be interested in them to buy even for our parents' generation or to buy at a younger age for ourselves to use later in life. I mean, I just think that they can be a really good part of a total package of a retirement plan. We did put this out to our Instagram audience. If you want to follow us there on Instagram, it's at Money Friends Pod. We'd love to have you participate in our polls, surveys, and quizzes. Tomorrow we have a really fun quiz coming up. So we asked people, and I did this one, and I did not tell Joe what the results were, and I think he's going to get this wrong. I think you're going to be surprised. Okay, the question we asked was, would you rather see your retirement account as one lump sum or as a projection of what you will have on a monthly basis when you retire? So which way do people prefer? Now, in theory, they're going to get both, just to be fair. But if you
Sure.
had to choose, you know, which one would you rather have, lump sum or monthly income? What did our money friends say? And
The
we
thing
got a nice amount of responses.
the thing is funny is that if I can only get one or the other, my problem is if I'm voting for me because I've been in this realm for so long, I'd rather have the number because then I can figure out the monthly income. But I think if I'm the average person, I think about it the opposite. I think I want to know how much I get per month. What does this mean for me monthly? Let's cut to the chase, which for most people that is the chase. What can I live on with this sum of money? So I'm going to say it's monthly income.
So this is a very unusual result for us, and we did, as I say, got a fair amount of responses. It was, and it moved around a lot in the 8 or 9 hours that we had it out there. It's 50-50, which
50-50.
I don't know if
Wow.
we've ever had a straight on exact split
Well,
with a reasonable amount of people answering.
looking at the
So
answers
yeah.
too, they're split. I mean, Vincent says lump sum because there's no way anybody knows how long I'll live. All it takes is one bus, you know?
Oh gosh.
Yeah,
Ooh.
but Mariah on
Okay.
the other side says difficult to conceptualize and personalize a lump sum. Monthly income is what we're used to. And Trinidad Ashland says easier to plan our finances month by month, in my opinion.
Yeah. So they were kind of divided.
Yeah. And I am the real spoon. I like that name. Says
That's
the big
Sarah.
number is
Yeah.
nice, but it's just a big number. Knowing how it translates is motivating. That's what I believe. Knowing what this buys me is what that means to me.
Yeah. That was good. Thanks, guys.
In just a second, Bobby and I are going to have our takeaway from today's piece. But while I give Bobby a moment to gather her thoughts, let's talk about our sponsor, Tiller Money. Talk a little bit about how Tiller works. Tiller is your life in a spreadsheet. It automatically updates the spreadsheet with your daily spending, transactions, and account balances. Listen to this from over 20,000 different financial sources. It gets a ton of five-star reviews, including people like Jed here, who says it's the best personal finance tool on the market. G Suite Review says, I love being able to add my own analysis so everything's in one place. Benedict says, makes dealing with my finances so much easier and faster than anything else. And the reason for that is because of the fact that it is a spreadsheet based program. Normally, I would say spreadsheets sounds complicated. Well, the cool thing is Tiller has a whole community of people that are working on spreadsheets, so you don't have to be a spreadsheet wizard. If you want to kick the tires and check it out, head to tillerhq.com. But if you check it out and you want 20% off, head to tillerhq.com, but put in MWF, tillerhq.com/MWF, and 20% off your annual subscription to Tiller. So thanks to them for supporting Money with Friends. All
Thank
right,
you.
Bobby, what is the thing?
The thing is, we think of so many things that we pay out in monthly terms. We pay our rent per month, we pay our car payments per month, we pay our phone bills usually per month, and so on. So, being able to see income in monthly terms will, in many cases, yes, it's going to be a harsh reality, but it's also a much more relatable and understandable and frankly useful way to see numbers, and one that I believe will motivate a lot of us. Good move.
I think if we start off, to your point, Bobby, and this is my takeaway, but they're very similar, is if we start off with money as a fuel for your goals, having that extra oomph of how much money does that give me per month, I think is going to make me save more money. It's because then I can visualize my lifestyle around that money, which most people can't do today. So regardless of the negativity I've saw regarding annuities inside the Secure Act from a lot of different places, I think it's a really good thing. I think it's a super good thing that we can include this monthly number. So
Yay. Yay,
that,
Secure Act
yeah, right.
for this part.
That does it for today, everybody. Bobby, how do people find us and participate in the show?
Our handle on both Instagram and Twitter is at Money Friends Pod. So please follow us there. You can also learn more about the show and our amazing season 3 cast of thought leaders by going to our website, moneywithfriendspodcast.com.
And we are building our YouTube channel, our little tiny YouTube channel. So a lot of the time you're going to find us on Facebook. That was where we were the last couple of days with Paul, and before that with Bobby and Julian. But today and tomorrow we're going to be on YouTube. So subscribe to our YouTube channel. Head to YouTube, put in Money with Friends, and hit the subscribe button so you know when we're going live. All right. That's going to do it for today, right, Bobby? Anything else we got to do?
We're good.
That's it.
Come back tomorrow.
We'll be
No,
back
yes,
here.
come back tomorrow and Monday.
Yeah, I was going to say, come back Monday. Come back
You can
tomorrow and
listen
look
to
at
this
all the
one
old
twice.
episodes. Yes. On behalf of
Bye.
Bobby, I'm Joe. We'll see you next time back here. Bye-bye. 17.
Hi, Chris.
About being a poster child for fees. Yeah. We had a good time doing the Stacking Benjamin show. We did a live Stacking Benjamin's recording last night, and it was I think it's
You don't
funny.
do that a lot, though.
No, and what's funny is people get used to these shows are, live, and they're made to be live. The Stacking Benjamin show is not meant to be live. So
Right, you don't call on anybody.
no, and it was, and it's slow, right? I mean, because we take breaks between the sessions, and there were a lot of people commenting, going, what's, are they just hanging out? I'm like, no, we're
Yeah.
looking
Why aren't
stuff
they
up.
calling on us?
Yeah, we're getting ready for the next thing. People are writing, entertain us. Like, well, you're watching the donuts get made. The Stacking Benjamin's donuts get made way slower than the Money
Yes.
with Friends donuts.
Also without a live interactive audience.
Yeah, right. But with 4 people chatting back and forth, it was still
A
crazy.
lot. But you are your audience there.
it was Doug's first time participating in the show because
Oh, really?
at the last minute, Len's computer wouldn't run Be Live.
Oh,
Yeah, so he couldn't do it. So we're like, Doug, you're up to bat. So Doug
that's how he made
actually
his debut. Wow.
made
There
it.
you go.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. All right, we're going to end here, and we're going to come right back.